Hey everyone, you all probably know that there are a lot of paid tools like Apollo and LinkedIn Sales Navigator to scrape leads and enrich them. But I wanted to find a few completely free methods to share with you guys. And 8 hours of digging later, I found two pretty powerful methods. So I'll show you how you can web scrape leads, how you can enrich these leads, and also how you can automate all of that with Make.com. I will also be giving you some files so you can just press import instead of having to rebuild the entire thing. Okay, so let's get started. I'll first show you the enriching tool that I learned, because that took me the longest to learn. Okay, so this is what the tool looks like. It's called Parsehub. You can download it for free. It has some paid features, but for now, we don't really need to dabble in that. So this is what it looks like. Obviously, I already have a project, but you will not have this here. You can just press import project and you can just import the file that I give you at the end of the video. So yeah, so just to jump in real quick, just to give you a general idea, the project does the following. As you can see here, what it basically does is it goes through every single link, and from this link it will extract the email using two different methods and the phone number. So just to give you a general concept and just show you what that looks like, I'll do a test run. Okay. So as you can see, it starts with google.com. And this is the test run, by the way. So what it does is the following. It goes to each website that I give it. Here are the 3 URLs that I gave it. And it goes ahead and opens these websites, as you can see right here. It opens these websites and it scans the website for emails. So what it does is it goes through the entire website and using two methods. One is with text, one is with HTML. It will try to find emails. And after it does that, it will also try to find for phone numbers. That's just basically the general idea. That's the enriching tool, I guess. So if you have just a full list of just company websites, you can enrich those just websites into actual emails where you can start a cold email campaign, for example, with. And what's nice about Parsehub is that it's completely customizable. So here I tell it to extract emails, but you can actually have it extract whatever you really want, right? It's very customizable. But in this specific example, I'm gonna do emails and phone numbers. Okay, so here you can tell, here actually you can see that the first link did not have an email. So there was no email that it found. And now it's scanning the second website. And okay, now it's doing the extraction. Oh, okay, so here you go. It just finished the second website and it found the emails. So this is the two methods that it tries to find, and actually found the same email. Sometimes it's different, sometimes it's the same, but that's the general idea. And once it's done, you can actually just extract the data. So yeah, this is what the enriching tool looks like. It took me quite a long time to learn this for some reason. And if you guys want a different variation of the same thing, like maybe you wanted to look for the founder names or the founder emails, whatever it is, maybe just drop it in the description, and if there's enough people who want it, I'll just show you how you can do that with the same tool. Okay, so if we go to the settings here, you can tell, okay, so the project title, starting site, template, webhook, obviously this will be blurred out. This is the project token and API key. These two are super important for later on when we want to integrate it in Make.com and make it completely automated. And then this I just don't really do too much with. It's not that important. Okay, so this is what's quite important. This is where I put my URLs that I wanted to search. So as you can see here, I made it search for these URLs. It's called the starting value. This is what it will look through. And again, this is also customizable with Make.com. I'll show you later on. You can actually take all the URLs from, let's say, a Google Sheet and input it into here automatically. Okay, so now onto the web scraper. This web scraper has been featured in my video before. It's super useful. This time I'm using a Google Map extractor. So, okay, let's go back. Let me just show you what it looks like. Again, this will be also I'll provide this at the end of the video. So the idea here is the following. You can go to Google Maps. So what you can actually do here is that you can go to Google Maps, right? And then you can search, let's say you live in New York, right? And you want New York businesses. And let's say you go for restaurants. So this link right here, you just get to copy it, go back to the extractor. There's a bunch of other things you could do, like search terms, define the search area by geographical terms, so country, blah, blah, blah. But personally, I just like doing this because I can use Google Maps to find the exact location I want. I go back to the extractor, I do use a Google Map URL instead of search terms, and just paste it down here. So I'll just paste it down here. Now, obviously you can do multiple. I'll just do one, like this. I'll just do one. And then you go back up to save and start. So here you can just press save and start, and it will start running, right? This is also, you get a free trial. So again, like I said, it's all free. So yeah, this is running now. And let me just abort this real quick. But the idea is that you will get data that looks like this. Okay, yeah, like this. You'll get a bunch of information, including their website, which is the most important part. And then if you extract this data, this is what it looks like. Yeah, so you press export here as Excel. You download this, and then you go to a Google Sheet, right? An empty Google Sheet, ignore this. You go to an empty Google Sheet, and you press File, Import, and then you press the data that you found. So as you can see, there's a bunch of information. This is obviously super useful for whoever wants to run the ads or run the cold email campaign or whatever it is you're running. But the main thing that I'm really looking at is at the very end, which is the title. So the name, let's say, and the website. So what I did was I took these two, I copied them, I went over here and just pasted them. Now again, this Google Sheet will be provided to you guys if you want, like, just to press it, just copy it and like reiterate it yourself. So what you have here is the restaurant name, the website, email 1, email 2, phone number. Now this, I'll show you later on what it looks like with Make.com, because Make.com can actually just update these automatically. So now you have a huge list of the restaurant names, whatever industry you're targeting, and you'll have their websites, okay? Now on to Make.com, probably the most important section. In Make.com, we're gonna have two scenarios, okay? Scenario number one will be to send the lead data to the enricher. Scenario number two is to collect the data after the enriching has been done. So, and just so you guys know, you could run this this extractor, the Apify extractor, on Make.com as well, but you have to pay. And this is a free tutorial, right? It's supposed to be completely free. So if I go back to Make.com, if it loads. Okay, so the first scenario, this will send the leads, so like the websites, for enriching. So this this first module right here, this first Google Sheet module, what it does that it searches this column right here. So it extracts all of the information from this column, and then it feeds it into these three modules. These three modules basically they format the websites in a form that we want, or that Parsehub wants it in. Let me just show you what it looks like. So as you can see here, let's just limit this. So we'll tell it to only take, let's say, 4 websites. Okay. So run once. So basically here it extracted the multiple websites, and then these three modules will format it in this way. So as you can see, it's a JSON string, URLs, blah 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 blah. This is the format that Parsehub needs it in. And then here we have an HTTP request. So this is super important. This is probably blurred out right now, and that's because this is the API key. This will be a way to communicate with Parsehub. Basically, it will send your API key, your start URL, which is google.com. It could be anything. Your start template, which is the main template, and then the start value override, which is the list of websites that you gave it. So this will send this data to Parsehub and say, okay, run the project on them, which is the enriching project that we created, right? So here, if we press run once, as you can see, it's loading. Okay, done. So here it gives you status code 200, meaning, okay, project received. So if we go back, yeah, I just went back to Parsehub and it was running just now, but now it's completed. So you can tell completed 2 seconds ago. Now if we go back to collect enrich data, we can go down here, press run once. Okay, so if we run the collect enrich data module, this is basically what happens. The Google Sheets now has, obviously we only sent these four websites, and as you can tell for these two, it found the emails. So now you have enriched these two emails, technically. These two websites, these two leads have now emails. Just to go back to show you how that make.com, how this looks like. Again, you don't really have to rebuild this because I'll just give you the scenario, and you can just go onto here, onto here, and then you can just press import blueprint. So you can just import it that way. So yeah, just a little outline on how this looks like. It makes an HTTP request, so telling Parsehub, hello, give me back my data. It sends back the data, and these two just format it in a way which is easy for Google Sheets to start updating. And then, as you can see here, Google Sheets updates four rows. The first module finds these rows, and the second module just updates them. And one last thing is that in the HTTP requests, there will be sections like this, for example, that will require an API key. So for your API key, you can go back to your project. You can go back, and then you can go to settings, and here you'll get the project token and the API key. Now here I'll give you guys the times. For example, if I want a project token here, or if it requires a project token, I'll just give it to you this way. And then if it requires an API key, I'll give it to you that way as well. So like a API key. So this way you will just know, yeah, okay, I'll go back here, copy the project token, come back to here, paste it, come back here, API key, come back here. So yeah, that's basically what just looks like as a general idea. So I'm gonna run it one more time with more data just to see how it performs. So let's say we put the limit as 15, and then we run once. Okay, data has been sent. And then if we go back to Parsehub, we go to runs. Yeah, one is running right now. Okay, so we'll go through it slowly. One thing you should note is that you don't want to overload it. Don't use Parsehub way too much, because if you do want to, without getting any IP bans, you will need to pay. So if you want to stay on the free schedule, on the free plan, do not overrun it too much. Okay, while this runs, I do want to say that in your settings over here, settings, you don't have to worry about this section too much, because we'll be overriding the starting value from using make.com. So the information coming from make.com will actually override this. This is not too important. Okay, so it's been running for a little time now, but as you can see, my data is ready. If I go back, see, it's completed. 16 pages. It could run faster, but I guess, like I said, you have to pay more. Now, if we go back to collect enrich data, go back to the Google Sheets again. Nothing here. I've deleted everything. Go run once, and it should be. See if it's populating. So if you can see here, it's 5, 6. If we go back. So yeah, so it found quite a lot of emails. These two emails sometimes differ, but as a general idea, this is what it looks like. You may have noticed that my shirt changed, and that's because I by mistakenly deleted the recording for method 2. So when it comes to method 2, I use this web scraper. It's free. It's a Google extension, Google Chrome extension. So what makes this different than the other one is this will help you scrape websites that have information like in a certain format, organized. Even when it comes to, like, for example, job bank, right? You go to cook, let's say, if you want to find restaurants, and then you see every single like the information here is organized. Whereas the other one, it's more random. So that's why you have the scraper scrape the entire page, the entire website for an email. But in this case, what you can do is that you can tell the web scraper to, let's say, click in here, scroll down, maybe collect any information you want it to, so keep scrolling down, and then press, for example, show how to apply, and then you can get the email information, the mail information, or in a lot of cases, like here, yeah, there will be the email address. So you can have this scraper just go through this organized website and just keep scraping results, right? So here you have 6,000 results, here you have 9 million, but obviously here there's no filtering. I did not filter. So let me just show you how this works, right? So you go up to extensions here, okay? Super simple way to use it is, as you can see, it's already installed. If you don't have it installed, you'll have to install it. You'll right click here, go to inspect, and then you'll go to Webscraper, right? So as you can see, I've already created one or two, but let me just recreate it from scratch just so you guys. If we go down to here, create new sitemap, and then we'll do job bank testing. We'll paste this because let's say we're only looking for restaurants. Create new. Okay, so add a new selector. So what this will be is a link click. So what it will do is that it will click into each individual link. So let's say cook. Apologies. Okay. It will go into each link. So each one, as you can see, it's all highlighted, and after it, so you'll go down here, you press save, okay? Then you'll go into it because you want to tell it that after you click the link, so inside the link click, we will extract some data. So the first one will be a name, so a company name. We'll do this. So this will be company name, save selector, add more data. So let's say company address, done, save. Now if we go down here, as you can see, if you press to apply on job bank, the email will show up. So what we will do here is that we will tell it to show email, and this will be a element click. So it will click on this. So just click, done, and then go back here, press click, okay, done. So now it will click on the job bank, right? And then after it does, okay, so it actually prompted me to sign up or sign in, and you gotta be careful with the website you're using, because if they do ask you to sign in, I think you better do, because when you're scraping and if you scrape and it asks to sign in, then the scraping won't work anymore, right? Okay, so for the website to show us the email, we'll have to click on this right here. So what we'll have it do is that we'll select this button right here. Okay, done selecting, and then we'll select it again. Okay, you can keep the multiple on if you want, and then you'll just do save selector. So what this will do now is that it will collect the company name, company address. It will click on the show email, and once it clicks on that, you will have the email. So here, because on this website there's two ways to show emails. I've created email 1 and email 2. Sometimes it will on the page it will show up on email 1 section, sometimes it will show up on email 2. So the email 1, basically, I went into this, I clicked on select, I just selected where the email was, right? And then I went on a different page, and I did the same thing, but at a different position. So now when you go into Scrape, one thing I should note, I just tried to test it out and it didn't work, is this right here. You see how if you go back to your main, you go to link click, this should be selected as multiple yes. So here you see multiple no. This should actually say yes. And that's because you wanted to go through every single one, right? So you go down here, you go to multiple yes, and then you go to extract, or scrape, sorry, and you start scraping. And as you can see, it will go to your home page here, and then it will open the first link. It will actually press this button, and then open your email or copy your email. Again, same thing. My hand's not gonna touch as you can see, my mouse is up here. It will scroll down. It will press the show email, and then it will copy the email. Now we can let this run in the background, and if you can see here, if you go back to refresh, all here, see company name. Oh, it did not copy the company name. So I guess some of them don't show, or I'll have to fix that later. But it will show the company address, email 1 and email 2. Email 1, email 2. As you can see, only email 2 is currently being picked up, but sometimes it will be vice versa, because on this website they like to put it either in 2 positions. So if I refresh again, if I go back to my scraper, which is here, as you can see, it's still scraping. So we can just let this run for like a while, and then once it's done, it will just auto close. Okay, so I let it run for a while, and then to export the data, I can just go to here and then go to export data. Download as either Excel or CSV, so I'll just download it as Excel, and then I'll go to Google Sheets and import the document I just downloaded. So I'll just go to import, upload, browse, downloads. Yep, this right here. So I just pressed import on the data I just collected, and if I just convert this to table, I formulated a little bit. Hold on. Okay, so here, as you can see, there's just a couple of information from the web scraper, and here is where the good stuff is. So the company names, sometimes it doesn't get picked up, so I'll have to fix that and maybe create a second way it could be picked up. And then the company address. Again, this is not the full address, so I can also create a second, I can fix that. And then here are the emails. So again, 2 methods of collecting the emails. Sometimes they will collect both, sometimes they'll only collect one. So yeah, so that's basically the idea. So this method is better for scraping well-organized websites that always have like similar information. So this is good for scraping websites that are more structured. This is good for websites that have more of a... So this is good for scraping websites that are like more like directories. They have a structured format. The information will also always show up at the position where you tell the scraper to look for. And like I said, make sure that the website that you're looking for or you're using, if you open it multiple times, it will not ask for some sort of sign-in or whatever, so just be careful of that. And yeah, I hope you found this helpful. So yeah, all the resources will be linked in the description, and if you found this at all helpful, I hope you can just kind of tell me, let me know, so I know what kind of stuff to post.